Hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Man, my hair's a mess. Um, it's 2 in the morning. I can't believe it. It's been a long time since I've done a live at this hour, but hopefully you guys squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. I'm gonna make this short, I promise. You know how they say, there are no dumb questions, only dumb people who ask them. It's a joke. But have you heard that before? Well, what I want to share with you is I had actually two conversations today with two different folks. And it was kind of interesting because they both kind of led to the same questions, and and of course I take personal responsibility for that stuff, but it's a good conversation that I think it's worth talking about. But I thought that's a pretty funny joke. I remember back in school, the teacher I don't remember the name of the teacher, but there was a teacher that I remember first day of class is all he's all like, remember, you can ask anything you guys want. There are no dumb questions whatsoever, only dumb people who ask them. I didn't get that at first, but then I got it. But I thought it was funny. But anyway, you know how they say, be careful of what words you use, because those words are gonna turn into your thoughts. Well, I'm here to share with you that be careful of your questions. The questions you ask are critical in your journey, in your purpose. They are the most important, one of the most important factors in your life, I believe. Because if you continue to ask the wrong questions, then you may be heading down the wrong path. But if you start to ask the right questions, then your path may change. Now, how do you tell the right question and the wrong question, right? What's that? Well, the wrong question, you already know. The wrong question is the question that is not purposeful. It's not to actually get some kind of an information that you can evaluate and work with. It's not that. It's the wrong questions are sarcastic. The wrong questions are the ones that don't lead anywhere. The wrong questions are the ones that lead into an argument. The wrong questions are the ones that are not productive, right? They got a tone to them. They got a zing to them, right? The right question would be asking the hows, right? Like, for example, in what I do, right? I'm a side gig coach. So I help people to get started with a side gig, right? Just to start a side project, and in addition to what they do during the day, so it doesn't affect what they are already doing, right? So this would be part-time on the side. So I talk to people and I help them see some options, and then from there pick and choose and go from there, right? The wrong question would be the wrong question would be without any kind of information or any kind of background or any kind of search, right? Turn around and say, well, this is one of those, it's a pyramid, or you know what, nobody makes it. All of them are the same. Those are not even questions, right? Well, how much do you make? You know, all those questions. The right questions would be, well, what's the company like? What's the products like? What market are they in? How does this work? What do you have to show me that how that works? How could I make $1,000 a month? How could I make $200 a month? Can you show me how I can make $5,000 a month? Or, see, these are the right questions. These are the questions that are going to lead you to the right path. The other questions are confusing, are full of excuses, and they don't really serve you. So, and it's not just here. I have been talking about this for a while, but I have been doing my darnest to catch myself of patterns, of my own patterns, right? And just write them down and get really good in breakthroughs and just kind of just catching those, right? So I can tell you that it's not just here that you're asking the wrong questions. It's really everywhere else. So you got to look at your patterns and see where else this is showing up, right? It could be about a business, it could be about a relationship, it could be anything, anything, and anything, right? Anything you have doubts about, anything that questions, anything that doesn't kind of fly with you, all these questions and things that you have in your head, right? Without solid foundational information, right? So you have these things in your head, and these are blocking you from asking the real questions, the right questions, you know? So what I'm asking you to do, I'm asking you to be more conscious of these questions when they pop up, these questions when they show up in your life, and they show up every day, a few times a day. So you got to be alert, and you got to be on top of it and catch yourself of these patterns and stop them. Say, listen, this is not the question that I want to ask. Let me form the question in a whole different way, right? So be careful of your questions, how you word them, how you put them together, and what you're actually asking. And ultimately, what I want to leave you with this is this. All the questions you ask in the world, all the questions you ask in the world, they don't matter as much as the question you ask yourself. The question or the questions that you ask yourself are the most important, right? So you're asking yourself constantly about things. Hey, how can I improve here? What did I learn here? What is this teaching me? How can I do that? How can I incorporate that into my life? How can I read another book? How can I do... You feel me? So you got all these things that are helping you with your growth. So I'm asking you to ask the right questions, especially from yourself. Not just from others, but also yourself. That's the most important part of the puzzle here. Hopefully, you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you guys. I was working. I had some stomach issues, so I know it's late. I'm sorry, but hey, we show up. Hashtag show up no matter what, right? So drop your thoughts, your comments below. I appreciate you guys. And until tomorrow, when we do it all over again, much love.